Video highlights from Dirt Track Speedway, presented by Fast Chefs by Actual Exchange. They're not just fast, they're first. FastChefs.com. That leads me to my main conversation tonight. To be determined was the title of the conversation for tonight, and that gesture that we saw is, I think, huge. You hear and see this stuff like this all the time, and unfortunately I don't get to see all of them. But if you do have something you think is cool, share it. Tag me, Bucky Doran, on Facebook, or Dirt Track Speedway, and we'll take a look, and maybe we can talk about it on the show if you think it's really cool. But nevertheless, to be determined. That's the situation for a lot of drivers after the races. I can't tell you the number of times I've been to a big late model show or a big modified show, and there's guys from other sides of the state or from other states in general. And then when the races are over, because of the way they run the program, they run the big boys and the big show in the middle of it, because of the fans who want to get home that travel 3 and 4 hours. But unfortunately, a lot of the drivers take off and leave as well. Now, to be fair, some of those drivers probably have to leave to fix cars for the next night, change gears, change springs, change shocks, because if you're driving on a different track, it's a ton of work, and you got to get started on it. I understand that. But if you're just leaving for the sake of leaving and not having the fans have an opportunity, like Randy Roberts took, to meet with one young fan, and it probably changed his opinion on racing for his life, just because of that 5-10 minute conversation. So don't make it to be determined if you're going to be there at the end of the race. Make sure you stick around. Even if you have a bad night, stick around. You'd be surprised how many people will come down and say, hey, man, better luck next time. And it might even pep you up along the way, because all these people are supporting you, and you realize how many fans you actually do have. Just because if you're one of those that wins a lot and they boo you, doesn't mean you don't have the songbirds singing your praises as well. So don't make it to be determined. Make it, I'll be there after the races. That's my conversation for tonight. Again, I want to go back and make sure everyone gets the details on our Fast Chefs Invitational, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks. Drivers have an opportunity to get in on the first ever Fast Chefs Invitational. We're going to stage a race, and here is how you can get in on all of that. Here's the email address. A driver can send this to fastchefs@dirttrackspeedway.com. 1 entry per email. Fans can nominate their favorite drivers as well. If there's multiple emails or multiple entries from the one email, we'll kick them all out. And then next week's show, we'll draw out a handful of entries, give you a new email address, and give you another opportunity, and then we'll stage the race in a couple of weeks for the Fast Chefs Invitational on Artifice Speedway. Video highlights from Dirt Track Speedway, presented by Fast Chefs by Actual Exchange. They're not just fast, they're first. FastChefs.com.